Chelsea are in a unique situation currently where they have dropped multiple points in their last three matches. Their opponents, Everton, Fulham, Ipswich Town. They've only taken 1 point off those three teams, which is a major issue, especially for Chelsea, who were in the title race just a week ago. That all being said, though, that does not look like that will be the case anymore with how Liverpool have been playing. The season is still a long ways to go yet, but still, what currently has been going on at Chelsea is the defense, and this has been an issue for quite some time. The big factor here is that we're looking at multiple injuries, Fofana being one of the key factors, Reece James being the other, who has been out for most of the season. But these two guys make up a huge aspect that has been lacking, especially from Disasi and Tosin, and that is not being soft or having the power to push players around. What we saw in the recent match against Ipswich Town was Delap just pushing and moving the CBs all over the pitch, and there was no pushback at all. You could argue, yes, that Cucurella can definitely be one of those players, but when we're looking at the other three players, Colwell, Tosin, Disasi, who was playing as a right back in this match, and we won't go into the full detail of having three right backs on the bench. That's a whole different story. But because we are missing those two powerful players that, again, can cause a little more mayhem and really push back on the forwards, it has been opening up this massive gap in the midfield to our defenders. And the problem with that is that when we do our counterattacks, hit teams quickly and start attacking, it leaves a massive space for them to hit us back in the counterattack. And it does not help when one of our players plays a perfect ball to another player on the opposing side. But when we go back and track back, we definitely need to be watching the other defender or other players with the defenders, and that just isn't happening right now. And that is one of the big issues currently at Chelsea, and it is the lacking defending. Now, yes, you could argue that maybe this is a team that really has been struggling the last couple matches. They are losing a little bit of form, but really the thing is that Caicedo has been working so hard that I think we did not realize how big of an issue this has been, because when he's playing a 10 out of 10 game, which he has arguably been doing almost this entire season, it's very difficult for teams to break us down and actually get a chance to score. But when he has just a light issue, a 9 out of 10, teams see those cracks and they take advantage, and this is what has happened in the last three matches. And I'm not saying Caicedo is the issue, because he has been arguably our best player, minus maybe Cole Palmer, but when you look defensively wise, he is the rock that keeps this team so good. But like I said, when he has maybe just a slight game below his superstar of a 10 out of 10, this is where teams can definitely hit us, and it has happened in these last couple matches. And yes, you could argue with our goalkeepers as well as Sanchez, Jorgensen. These guys also have been making some clear errors, and this is the other problem that Chelsea do need to look at coming in the January transfer window, is looking at buffering and bolstering those two areas. Our center backs, our defenders, and also our goalkeepers, which again, we have so many. You would think that through all these players, we would have found the right goalkeeper, yet we still cannot find the guy that can play for Enzo Maresca. And this is something that Chelsea will need to do, not only this season to keep this season alive for Champions League, but also for the future for this club, because if we do want to go on to the next couple seasons and be title contenders, it has to have a rock-solid goalkeeper, which right now we do not have a guy that can play with his feet, not making many errors, and therefore again be the guy that if we do make any errors, which we saw in the Ipswich game, will still show up and make those big saves and keep Chelsea in the matches. Because when we have a guy like that, it really can motivate the game going in any direction, because even if a big team is hitting us over and over but can't find the back of the net, we can always hit them on the counter. Or if we are in the driver's seat, we don't let those teams get back in the match. But currently, that has been the issue right now in Chelsea, that we let teams back in the games, or we cannot close games out soon enough, and therefore again, we've been dropping points left and right. if Enzo Maresca and Chelsea can fix these major issues, Chelsea can still have a great season and easily finish in the top four and maybe, yes, maybe still compete for the title. But like I said, those hopes, dreams are dwindling quickly with how well Slot has been doing at Liverpool. And like I said, it may be next season that Chelsea really can compete for that title, especially if they can get the right players and stay fully fit. I do want to know, what do you guys think though about Chelsea? Do you think they can still go on to have a great season, finish in the top four, and still really produce something under Enzo Maresca this season? Comment down below. I will get to those. If you did enjoy this content, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe down below. I greatly appreciate it, and I will see you in our next video.